Shoutout. I'm Brooke Miles with Delaware Shoutout. We transform busy entrepreneurs into social media rock stars. We're going to talk a little bit about social media writing, but a lot of our writing is going to talk about how to craft a really good email, because I think most of our writing is probably by email, and other techniques you can use which will apply to other forms of writing. The point is, if you just respect the importance of good writing and do your absolute best, that will put you way ahead of the curve. So that's what we're looking to do. This has been huge for me when I started really doing this. Present your main idea first. And this is a little bit of the opposite of what you learn in school, especially if you've learned I talked about that 5-paragraph essay, for example, because sometimes you might have an introductory paragraph and maybe you don't really totally get to the point till you get to the end. And in conclusion, this is what we discovered. But we're all busy, and the people that you're writing to are probably busy. So you don't want them to read through everything, because there's a good chance they might not read through everything. Okay? So you want to say, here's what's going on, and if you can, state whatever the most important point is, whatever you want them to do, whatever action item you want them to take in the beginning. Okay. So this is one of my favorite parts. I'm really big on cutting the fat in writing, and this will be a part where we really do need some interaction here. So first of all, the more you write, the more your reader tunes out. This is so important. Some people feel, well, I need to share all this because everyone needs to know everything, but you can share less in fewer words and get the point across. and came up with actual advanced planning, all of, could be all, as a matter of fact, at the end of the day. And it turns out these are just a few of the A's out of the entire alphabet. So if you ever just want to Google unnecessary words in writing, please do that. And you will find a huge list. But this just gives you an example. You know, even if it's just I don't know, the word, I'm trying to think of an example. Meticulous, people know that, but maybe you can use something that's a little bit, that's one syllable instead. The faster you can get people to understand, the better. But what's also interesting is there have been studies, and these are, there are 2 studies in particular from UCLA and Princeton, that writers were rated less competent in text with more complex language. Okay, so it's very important to just keep things simple. And I think they talk about writing in a 4th grade level or 5th grade level. So I recommend doing that. Here's how you write a compelling headline that will increase your chances of someone opening your email. Okay, first of all, be brief, 50 characters or fewer. Start with action-oriented verbs, such as, reserve your spot today. An ad, okay? And it could be a Facebook ad, it could be any type of promotional flyer, you're writing an ad to go in a program somewhere. Okay, here are some other grammatical mistakes to avoid, but you guys have been so sharp. So let's see what we have. Our roofing materials are of the highest quality. What is wrong with this sentence? By the way, this is one of my biggest pet peeves ever. What is wrong with this sentence?
Random capitalization.
Thank you. What's the difference between accept and accept?
Accept is
So first of all, this has been huge for me. Give yourself a time limit. Okay, for writing something, because otherwise you can just go on and on and on. Yes, you do want to pause before you write something, but don't give yourself 20 minutes
and
just to go back to some other thoughts about when we all deal with writer's block at some point, no matter like how much you write or not. I know actually you do a ton of writing yourself, and if you close your door so people like me are not constantly bugging you, that type of thing. Turn off the email, even your notifications on your phone if you have that on, and just set aside quiet time. So if you were to send out an email blast, let's say next week on something, whatever it is, just think of what your general topic is, and I might come up with a good subject line. If you come up with maybe 2, that's okay. If you say, I don't know which one's better, and we can go ahead and maybe talk about that, and maybe the first 2 or 3 sentences that would bring people in. Does that sound good? So subject line, or an option if you need to, and the first 2 or 3 sentences to draw people in. We're not writing the whole article. We're just the very beginning. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Erica, perfect.
All right, so I have the subject, increase your sales and
Any suggestions to make it even stronger?
I have a suggestion.
Okay, what is your suggestion for yourself?
It got lengthy when I was saying what the topics were, so when I was reading it out loud, I was just like, just sign up today to receive hot tips written by our partners for you. I would cut that, but I don't know how important it is for our people to know what the topics are going to be about.
Okay.
What does your action button say?
Well, it says action button right now.
You could maybe like view our selection. You have an online store.
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
You could view our
view our
selection.
online selection here or something.
View our selection's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.